I guess that looks good for now. Now it's not. Oh, there's. How you doing, YouTube? So it's been a very, very long rainy day today in my state, and last night's stream. I think that's about as good as I can to cover up the sun glare. I'm sorry. I can drop a little more. There we go. So yesterday I did a live stream. I wasn't planning on doing a Saturday night live stream. I did it yesterday, but that was because I thought I had plans for tonight, but those plans changed. I said in my live stream I thought that the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters, the original Dark Duel Stories ending was a little anticlimactic. But then I did a little research, and I found out that there are some wacky secrets in the video game. Um, Due to the whole early days collection, you can actually use somewhat cheat codes in this game. Like unlock all the cards, turn off the maximum deck capacity, but then there's a dark stage character select, which is basically the post-game boss, and apparently what's lame is it's completely randomized. And you can, in fact, fight Yami Yugi, or you can fight Yami Bakura. You can actually fight Shoddy in this game. And of course, Ishizu Ishtar, because that's who we got. What? No? Oh. Okay. So now, we are actually, the reason why we're doing this live stream is because I figured out that secret. Let's see, records. Yep, and it resetted all of our duel history of Ishizu down to 0, and now we have Shoddy. Oh, they made Shoddy look really, really squinty. I am Shoddy. I am a descendant of Anubis, which is kudos, because that's basically his persona in the manga in Season 0. Oh. Was that really it? Huh. Well, that's very anticlimactic. But I thought it would be interesting just to do a quick live stream of that, because I'm actually curious what kind of skills Shoddy and, Boom, Yami Bakura have in this game. Nice. Okay. Alright, we're starting off pretty damn well, actually. Boom! What? Oh man, really? I only get the weak variant? That sucks. I'm actually kind of afraid to drop you, because I know Shoddy comes off as a guy who would have all the dark attribute monsters, so let's actually lead with Ushioni, and just see where we go from here. But yeah, it's kind of weird that the OG Game Boy games have a randomization number behind it, like, because to my understanding, that means basically, because of the way the AI is programmed, you would have to clear off... Well, actually, did I have a one tag? No, I did not. You would have to clear off your save file and go over through all that 1,000 times over, use passwords and all that other stuff to hopefully beat the game faster, and boom, yeah, just, I mean, so for me, I kind of wish that the game had, like, a mechanic to where you could, like, I don't know, like, especially with the early days collection, because, I mean, I get AI and algorithms and all that stuff, but you would think what Konami could have done was upgrade on what they already had, and, like, micro-program it to where, because now it's a Switch game, boom, you get all the characters as you play the game eventually. But in this game, no, you have to use the You gotta use the cheat code hack system that they put in it and all that jazz, and I am in trouble already. The game already started, and oh wait, no, you're a force type too. And already Shotty's kicking my butt, which is funny because we start off pretty dang strong, and then boom, we lose the advantage, which sucks. I also looked it up off camera. Uh, Dark Duel Stories, the one that was made for America, as we know it, which was actually, well, for America it was called Dark Duel Stories, but, in Japan, it was called Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters 3 Tri-God Trifecta or something like that. I don't even think the game even incorporates the 3 Egyptian god cards, which is weird. Excuse me. Yeah, so that kind of sucked. So now I'm gonna try a little different kind of hack. So we did face off a try. We defeated Ishizu 5 times. Oh no, whoops. Oh, right. Yep. Yep. Let's just see what Yami Bakura's like. Yeah, apparently it's randomized based on either A, your story progression before you defeat Pegasus, or it's no matter how you play the game, it's a one and a whatever. Yep, Yami Bakura. Whoa, nice zoom up. I am Yami Bakura, the Dark Duelist who possesses the Millennium Ring. Wait, is that what it said? Yeah, Yami Bakura, Duelist who possesses the Dark Millennium Ring. Let the Shadow game begin. Well, I don't understand why the Dark Stage post-game bosses, why they don't say anything cheeky about a 5-time victory, but then again, it's... The story game technically ends with Pegasus, so I guess that's why, and I have no idea which way is the correct way to lead. You know what? I will lead with my Dancing Fairy, and boom. Oh wow, it's so abbreviated. Ya, Bakura, that's funny. Ya! I don't know why it looks funny, but yeah, there you go. Well, at least I got an advantage because I top decked Gaia for starting games, so that's cool. As long, yep, alright, I got him in a corner because I pulled, boom. Wait, what was that? What the heck is this? Whoa. Oh, it's Dragon Stalker. That was some pretty wacky, freaking artwork, though. Yeah, this game has some very scandalous, not safe for the workplace kind of artwork. I mean, just that alone, I think, is one of the many, many reasons why this game never made it to the States. Funny. But, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't really like using hacks. I mean, I may be a casual player. I may not be a pro avid gamer because, you know, I don't have all the freedom in the world. But, okay, that's just tantalizing. I literally have, wait. Oh wow, I do have 1, 2. Oh, I thought I had 3. But no, I have 2 yeah, 2 baby dragons and a time wizard in hand, but yeah. But, so, in situations like this, I don't mind using hacks, but I don't really, you know. And I guess using passwords is okay too, but that's different. Ah, I lost. It seems like you had a little luck on your side this time. Can't quite do voices. Dark King Abyss. Lame card prize. So, from what I understand also, they don't really say anything special when you beat them 5 times, so... And what's also lame is you can't have them all unlocked. It's so lame. It should, but it doesn't. Oops, there we are. Let's try Yami Yugi real quick. But I would say this, as amazing as it is that Konami and, you know, America did this collaboration to digitally remaster and do the whole you know, bring games that were never properly released into America and all that stuff. It's cool, but they really missed opportunities to take those games and improve them. I am Yami a visitor in my room. Come on in. If you... Ooh, that's cool. So your interaction with Yami is basically like if you entered into the mind of the Millennium Puzzle and Yugi, kind of like how Shoddy enters Yugi's mind. That's actually that's pretty cool, actually. That's genuinely cool. Of course, there's not a doubt in my mind Yami would pull cards like Summon Skull and all that stuff, so I wouldn't expect to win this time around. Yeah. Okay, that makes absolutely no sense. Why would Yami wield a Bakori box? Nothing about this feels right. Literally in every way, shape, or form, Bakori box is supposed to be an alternative version of the Toon Monster archetype, and it's supposed to be a Pegasus card, so why the heck are you wielding that? And I'm all kinds of congested today. I do not know why, but I am. Well, I mean... I'm starting to get a vibe that Yugi's deck is completely identical to Ishizu's deck, which is lame. Yeah, something feels odd, because this literally feels like facing off against Ishizu. And maybe I beat Bakura too fast, because Bakura's deck felt original and different. Well, then again, though, Yami Bakura also had Dragon Stalker too, so now I'm conflicted when I say that now. Down to that. Eh. Ew, mosquitoes. Now, I would have to relook this up, but... And I kind of sort of double-checked. The original Duel Monsters game, there's no secret alteration hack for the characters. Like, boom, Duel Monsters, the original, which I've done in past streams. All you can really do is unlock all the cards. So, yeah. But I don't really do stuff like that. But, you know, I like to try and earn my cards. But, yeah, we've done Yami we've done Yami Bakura. I'm gonna try Shoddy again, see what happens, because Shoddy, I didn't do so well, you know? Okay, so now just do that real quick. Yeah, they really zoomed in on Shoddy. I just sent him a Nubis, boom, let's duel. No, not. Yeah, I'm getting a little sense of originality with Shoddy, but for some reason, Yami and Ishizu's deck all felt like one and the same. It was so weird. I mean, I'm more disappointed in a way that, oh, no, that ain't right. Well, now Shoddy's deck literally, what the... I don't understand why did Shoddy switch his troops to defense mode when he didn't have to. What's funny is I could literally barbecue that one, but... I don't know. That was weird. Try to put all those monsters in defense mode instead of attacking me. But yeah, not even Shoddy's deck does. I'm starting to feel like maybe, like, as weird as it sounds, I'm not even sure if there is any sense of originality with based on who your opponent is. Maybe not in this game. That's kind of weird. And I'd have to look it up again. But I'm starting to think maybe. I'm actually curious if it saves your records for Yoshizu. But what's weird is maybe all the decks are technically the same, and maybe just the character just defines a different level of difficulty, or it's although at least it saves all your records regardless. But I don't know, maybe it just adds a different kind of story progression and flavor. Like, whoops, wrong button. Because fun fact, you can do the same thing with see, for America, we got Dark Duel Stories in 2002, which I would have been 7. But if you switch around, in Japan it was called Duel Monsters. It was called Duel Monsters 3 Tri Holy God Advent, and that was released in 2000. Oh, and the other versions in other countries were released in whoa, ow, that looks different. But in America we got it in 2002. And then which is weird that it says we got it in the year of 2004. Uh, I guess we had it for original Game Boy, but, you know, original Game Boy I did not really know about, especially not at age 5, being a kid whose parents was going through a nasty divorce and all a bunch of other stuff. And I'm 30 years old now, so good golly. But and what's funny is like there are enchantments, but really it's only for like infinite star chips and uh the stock of P capsules. Oh, like I guess like power up capsules. Okay, yeah, I don't feel like doing that. That's well, I don't know. Maybe I would consider something like that if I wanted to do live streams after I beat the main game. I don't know. Because I actually haven't found evidence about what happened with the Teo doll, not being able to use the Teo doll. The only thing that makes sense right now is because it took us 3 times to defeat my Valentine. That's why I'm not allowed to use the Teo doll as a monster capsule, and the playthrough of Yu-Gi-Oh! Monster Capsules. Now, same things, except, naturally we have Yami Yugi, we have Yami Bakura again. Nightmare, I don't actually know who that is or who that is supposed to be. It could represent Panic, like an alternative alter ego for Panic. I'm not entirely certain yet. Or it's like that weird skeletal monster entity. I'm not really all that sure. There's Shoddy, and there's America Ishtar, which also makes sense because he's a background character on the game, but it's like a very, very rare encounter. Now, also, I'm rusty on the details. I would have to look it back up again, but I've heard that if you do a secret combination or something, you can actually face off against Grandpa and some weird generic nameless NPC or something like that, or maybe that weird NPC is Nightmare because he looks like some like generic character purely for the video game. My finger is bleeding because I plucked a nasty hang now. But yeah, so I was glad that I looked this up. I I might do just for the hell of it, for like just because I'm bored for like another 10 or 20 minutes. You know, Dark Duel Stories, the original for America, you know? Yeah, I've done a lot of like traveling around with my Switch when this game came out, just random procrastinating and just random this, random that. I haven't really done much for story progression, but yeah. Actually, what is the instruction manual? Yeah, oh well, yeah. Yeah, I don't think the game. I think it had like a no. Because the other two games, they literally mention that there is the story progression aspect of dueling against Maximilian Pegasus for the end game of the story. Um, hmm, hmm, hmm. Player's objective: fight your way through each of the stages in the campaign, defeat the final boss, and finally face off against the four rulers of the heavens, the keepers of the fabled Millennium Items. Create your own original cards, compete with your friends, collect their cards, and battle to become the most powerful mystic duelist in the universe. Hmm. Yeah, technically, I don't think necessarily there is a yeah, maybe there is. Maybe there isn't. To do with characters like Joey and Kaiba. Yeah. Uh, yep. Town 1 for town. Uh, wait. Does that say Amino Town? What the? One of that's a digital type or was the game manual typo? Weird. You got Yugi, Tristan, Joey, Mai, and Mako. And you know, in all honesty, in the first two games, you get Yugi, Bakura, Tristan, and Joey. In ways, I'm actually mad that they actually changed it for Dark Duel Stories, and like instead of putting Mako on that board, I feel like they should have let Bakura stay a playable character, or just make the first time just synergized as a four-player synergy section, and actually have Bakura like in the first two games. Um, it is cool though that they were going for more like a Battle City themed synergy for this game. So it's cool that we have Esperoba, Seeker, and Pandora from the Rare Hunter section. So that is cool. And then of course you got the ancient Egypt aspect, which means oh wow, the journey, the whole journey to the past with the whole Yugi trying to help the pharaoh get his memories back and stuff. So we got Paradox. Oh. I guess in this game that I think Paradox is what they call him for for whatever reason, the American aspect. Because he's literally called Shimon in all the other games, which doesn't make sense. Even I'm 90% certain they also call him Shimon in Falsebound Kingdom and in Duelist of the Roses. So that's what doesn't make sense about him being called Paradox in the Rechef of Destruction and in the American version of the Dark Duel stories. Uh, Slasheen, I wouldn't even know how to properly pronounce Slasheen's name, but mm, but yeah. And in all honesty, it's kind of disappointing that Slasheen is only like an exclusive video game character. And as far as I know, Dark Duel Stories here, uh Yu-Gi-Oh! Falsebound Kingdom, which was a GameCube game that it's really underappreciated and deserves a lot of more love and credibility, in my opinion. But a lot of people in the mainstream fan of original Yu-Gi-Oh don't agree. He's also the main boss, to my understanding, in the video game The Forbidden Memories for PlayStation. And he is also the main story boss, technically, for the Duelist of the Roses. So in the video game which is funny, so you have the manga universe for Yu-Gi-Oh, you have the anime universe for Yu-Gi-Oh, and then you technically have the video game universe for Yu-Gi-Oh, which is really crazy. And what's original about the video game universe is you have the villain character Slice Sheen. But yeah, this game, from what I'm reading, even with the manual, it doesn't actually have a campaign goal like the other two do. Hmm. I guess that's cool. Um. But yeah, I might just duel around with Esperoba just for a little bit. Now, don't get me wrong. I like the sharpness that this game has as a progression between the other two games, but I kind of like the weird, wacky goofiness that the first two games have compared to this game. And something buzzed my phone. Let me just check that out real quick. Almost 4:30. I'm gonna photo sent. What the? Sorry, I had to respond to a text from a friend. So yeah, I mean, I think. Oh, and you might also notice with this game, I actually did like a weird filter, the monitor filter. I don't know why, but for some reason, this way just relaxes my eyes a little differently. I don't know why. But there's like a lot of wacky things that this game has that is very different from the other two games that I just do not like. Like, for example, oh yeah. Like, what's funny is the difficulty for this game in its own right. It's good, but it also feels in ways slightly flawed. And I think I'm screwed, so I'm just gonna drop it. Because, yeah, I don't think I can beat Esperoma. In many ways, I feel like the game has its own unique sense of balancing where the other two games don't. Because, like Esperoba, itchy nose. Like, opponents like Esperoba, Rex Raptor, Weevil, they drop big monsters, so you can't. Like, what are my records again, actually? I want to see that real quick. 15 victories. I might just jump in a fight real quick against, like, Tristan just to look at my deck real quick. I actually haven't played the game since buying everything in, like, I don't even know, like, 2 months. So I don't even know what's even in my deck or what archetype I'm actually going for. How's off? I think the rain stopped and the sun started bleeding out for the last 10 minutes. I don't know. Do I even... Now, I will admit what's wacky and goofy about this game. You can literally create your own monster cards, which is cool. Whoops, I think I passed them. Yeah, I did. Cost of 33. Honestly, I might start doing that, actually, if they'll fit. Honestly, I probably should. Why not, actually? Let's try to add my own, let's try and add my own... Let's scrap the deck completely and just take time to... Yeah. But, you know, like, what's unique about this game is you can develop your own monsters. That is cool. What's lame about this game is the features that the previous game has that this game does not provide. Like, for example, if your hand is empty, you draw as many cards as you need to fill up your hand back to 5. You don't get that in this game. Let's see what else this game has that the other game did not have. The other game, you know, there is the level gap mechanic, and there is the deck restriction capacity, but the game more operates like you're in Duelist Kingdom, as in no need to tribute summon. I will admit, it is fun that that game does provide that, but I do also appreciate the balance that this game brings back with the whole, you know, you gotta tribute to play things first. I do value that. And of course I'm gonna add Baby Dragon. I might as well add some of these back to have weak monsters in my deck. Huh! I didn't even realize I had 3 pieces of Exodia. Gotta be careful on how I build my deck. I'll actually, wait, how big are you in cost? You're 29. Why do you cost more when he has more power and value? Oh no, wait, he's 16. And you're 27. You know what? I'll add him out where... I'll chance Zombie Warrior. Allow Komori Dragon. I'll chance it because it's Komori Dragon. Oculus Hero, why not? You're tough. Wait, how weak are you? Or, well... I don't know if he'll be helpful, but I'll just add him because he's a low cost. Oh, I gotta add back my Yamato Dragon Scroll. Weather control, sure, just because you're, low cost. Oh, now, it is nice that this game does provide monster effects. The previous game doesn't offer that. But and yes, there's the factor that where the previous games you couldn't fuse with monsters in your hand, you're allowed to do that in this game, yay, but whoa, why'd you jump me out of the, yeah, that was weird, I didn't mean to do that, oops. I'm gonna add you just because you're, oh, no. But, yeah. You know what, what's your cost? Yeah, I'll add you. What's your cost? You're only 11. Add you. You're 12. Add you. Maybe not. Oh, wait. Have that. You're more zombies. I don't want zombies. Let's add you because you're a beast type. I don't think you're... Well, I guess I could try. I don't think I'll need to. Well, maybe I could squeeze her in. Don't quite know if he's the right kind of card for our deck, but we'll just add it. Sure. We only need 4 more monsters, which is good. Why not? I don't know. Yeah, Duelist level's still too low. Duelist level too low. What? Oh, power up cards. Yami? I don't know. Yeah, that would be nice. But, you know, and, like, ooh, that's kind of cheap. Why not experiment with some Life Ramp? And, you know, Tama. Kind of lame that, you know, they nerf those cards, but, hey, whatever, am I right? Ooh, and you know what? Sure, add Dark Piercing Light. Boom. Boom. And let's just go back, and, whoops. Radiant Extraction. Now, I will admit, like, there are a lot of fans in the community that are mad or disappointed with Konami about the whole, not being able to, not being able to do not cross-platform, online video gaming with this game, because they said, being able to do it with your friends on this game, but there still has been little to zero development for digital console playing with your friends from like across the city, across the state, across the country, international, all that stuff. Mega Thunderball, here's hoping I have an Earth type monster because I don't know. Oh, I do get it. Oh, well, I don't even need to worry about that. Mega Thunderball, let's your shadow. Oh, let's actually drop cornfield beef. One of my homemade monsters. Cool. But, so I'll admit the whole not being able to do the whole online gaming with your friends with this game yet, it does really hurt. It does suck, yeah. But I would say this, they launched the game late February, like February 20th, February 25th. This is the second week in June. My other guy, Ruby Eye. I think it says Ruby Eye Beast. I say give it till, because they did also drop the Switch 2 not too long ago. So I would say, I don't know, give it until August or the end of the year. And hopefully, Konami and all the game developers will finish the platform. It sucks that they didn't send it to us upon the launch, but I don't know. I think I can make Bio Juggler. Yep. Now, oh, that's not what I thought I was gonna make, but here's what sucks. You can't attack the same turn that you fuse your monster. That sucks. That was like what they did with the anime and stuff. That always ticked me off. It's weird that you constitute as a plant and a shadow, and your name is Mino Warrior. Like, really? Why are you a plant and not like a beast warrior? And I just don't get it. I wonder if I could technically fuse any of you creatures. I don't know. Nope, that don't work. So then, I guess I'll just throw you out and try to clear the wall with him. Oh, now that sucks. Type advantage, right? That. Wow. But there you go. Did he just drop Jinzo? No, he dropped the Fiend Mega Cyber. That sucks. Yeah, dueling against, wait, is he Earth or... Nope, he's Fiend. I need a light. I don't have one. This sucks, because I don't have the means to make a stronger monster. Yeah, my deck's kind of wacky. I'm actually shocked he had the Fiend Mega Cyber kill my defender and my Black Lion Fire Dragon when he was still in attack mode. Weird. Well, I mean, you hit me earlier with Pinu Kama. How about a taste of your own medicine? I don't know. Oh, I'm an idiot. Forgot you had the electric lizard, so I guess I'll, I don't know. I think I lost this matchup, but whatever. But, yeah. And what's funny is growing up with this game, me and my sisters, we had it for the Game Boy Advance, or not the Game Boy Advance, the Game Boy Color. We grew up with this game for years. I used to have an emulator for my laptop to play this, but the emulator broke, so yeah, that's actually how I used to play, like, Chef of Destruction and the Sacred Cards a couple of years ago, but either something to do with the emulator itself or my laptop that I had at the time, it broke, so I don't know, so yeah. So that's for obvious reasons why I bought this game, for the nostalgia, like why other people bought this game. And it's really cool that they do games like this, but, oh man, I can't kill him. Well, I can if I drop this, but I don't know. But, you know, it's just a complicated situation. Like, we want to be able to, you know, do the whole trade with friends, play with friends, meet new people across the country or across the world through this video game, through the online gaming aspect, you know? So when are we gonna get it? But, I don't know, it's all up to interpretation. Now, what's funny is though Konami has developed for like 2 games on this, I'll have to look it back up. Well, ain't that just, yeah. What sucks is I couldn't draw light type monsters, so yeah, that sucked. In a little bit, I'll have to kill the live stream and call some people. Let me think. So yeah, let me think. I think you go online. Okay. So yeah, right now, actually, yeah, so the only 2 games right now that the game will offer, online gameplay is Duel Monsters 4 Battle of Great Duelists and World Championship Tournament 2004. Um, so that is the situation right now that the fans are mad about. You know, we were mad that when the game launched, they couldn't, you know, do anything online with other players, you know? So, and then there's the enigma of, you know, Duel Monsters number 6 Expert 2. I'm rusty as to what the heck happened with this one because like, they didn't drop any of the other versions. I've heard some people say, well, that's because Konami made this one exclusively for Japanese, but they also made a twin game for this one that was for all the internationals for other countries, America included. I'm rusty on that detail. I don't know. It's something to do with either, like, the Eternal Duelist Soul. No, this one was Duel Monsters 5. I don't know. Or it had something to do with this one being the Worldwide Edition, or I keep pressing that button fast. Duel Monsters International Worldwide Edition. I don't know. They said, or maybe it was World Championship. No, this is Duel Monsters Expert 3. Okay, so this is Duel Monsters Expert 3. This one is Duel Monsters 6 Expert 2. I think that was like part of the secret as to keep pressing that button too fast. Well, and here's Duel Monsters 5 Expert 1, but it's still kind of concerning how this is basically 6. But this is like, well, that's international one. This is called Duel Monsters Expert 3. So, I think they basically wanted this to be Duel Monsters 7 for international. I don't know. I don't know. Very, very complicated thing. And I've tried playing this game once, off camera, once or twice. The game does not make all that much sense to me. I might try it. This is Duel Monsters International 2. I don't remember which one was Duel Monsters International 1. I do like the game, though. I just haven't really played it in a while, oh, this is Duel Monsters International. I just haven't, found the time to play 7 Trials to Glory. I was watching a YouTuber play it, like, a year or so ago before they dropped the Early Days collection, and, tried to get into it. It is a little tricky to get into, and for some reason the deck making mechanics is very confusing, but, like, yeah, I'll admit it can be fun for procrastination and just for the wackiness and the uniqueness that it is. All these games in their own way, like, I really love battle chess themed turn-based strategy games like what Capsule Monsters are. And looky right there, there's Taya in the background as a battle doll playable piece, but again, we can't play as Taya right now with Taya right now, and the only thing that makes sense is either there's a secret requirement or I screwed up not being able to defeat Mai's challenge the first time around. That's the only thing that makes sense. But yeah. And yeah. I've never actually played these ones. I don't think they were ever released in America. Duel Monsters Battle of Great Duelists. And this is Yugi deck, Kaiba deck, and Joy deck. Honestly, I might dedicate my my other streams maybe to that one. I've grown up with Duel Monsters, Dark Duel Stories, for years. And literally so many YouTubers over the years, from emulators to God knows what else, they've streamed and played this game so many different ways. I will admit, I might, once I get to progression enough, might do like a wacky recording video or like a live stream of this game once I get to the end of the game to do like the experiment of like just dueling off against the various dark stage characters, because that's something I never knew was a thing. I didn't know about the different percentages. Like, I always wondered if Eric Ishtar was on the cover of the game, how come you can't play against him? Well, he's a secret boss. Different randomized. Doesn't make sense to me, but there you go. Uh, Yami Yugi, I always knew he was a playable character. Yami Bakori, never knew that. Nightmare, still don't know who that is. I think it's that weird, wicked monstrosity dude that appears in some of the games like Duels of the Roses, Forbidden Memory, I think. Shoddy, didn't know he was in this game either. And of course, you know Merrick Ishtar. Um, and again, it referenced the Egyptian god cards, but I don't think they're playable in this game. But I think in my next proper live stream that I do, I think I'll actually reference Battle of Great Duelists. Naturally, Joey is my favorite, but I think I have to, I feel like I'm kind of sort of obligated to properly play the Yugi version first, then the Kaiba version first, second, then Joey. Um, but I don't know. Maybe I'll take I might, because the stream hasn't been going on for longer than an hour yet. We're still at like 45, well, 48 minutes. I'm actually just gonna take a little quick approach against Pegasus or Soul Sky and see if we can even get lucky. Mm-hmm. Mm. Hmm. Hmm. Boo. So, hey, Toon Dark Magician Girl. Cards in hand, too. funny wasting Red Archery Girl like that. I can only imagine, but let me think. That's fine. Oh! Two. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Well, hopefully he has a 2 tribute monster that'll drop. Ah! Okay, see, and this right here... Ooh, that almost killed me, the 40 bucks. See, this right here... would it be better to just nuke the board whole, or... I don't know. Yeah, you know what, this time I'll just go for a flat-out Dark Hole. Uh-huh. I might actually consider trying the 3 Egyptian God cards, or just shuffle around. I never personally use them, because they're just so much hassle to try. Because you have to have 3 monsters on the board. And against an adversary like Pegasus, he has 3 Harpy's Feather Dusters. Now, if you're lucky enough to get the Egyptian God cards, boom, you know, they can't be killed by spell or trap, to my understanding, in this game. I forgot he had something as weak as Chicken Bakugan. That's hilarious. How many cards in his hand? It's probably a tribute monster. I find it hilarious that right now I'm literally going toe for toe against Pegasus with weak monsters like his Chicken Bakugan. And he just wasted 1,000 Eyes Restrict. Now, technically speaking, pretty strong, but at the same time, yeah, no. Well, I'm kind of like out of HP, nothing to play. Oh? Must have been a relinquished. I don't know. Maybe it is. I forget if relinquished in this game, an attribute relinquished is, you know? Okay. Called it. But I didn't want to take the chance that relinquished is a dream type monster, because if it was, type advantage would kill La Jin. So that's why I didn't do it. Ain't no doubt in my mind that that is a... Yep. Yep. But, hey, not good. Whoa. You know, I might accidentally get lucky and kill Pegasus or Soul Calva Sky. I don't know. As long as he doesn't drop anything with more than, like, 15k. I should have saw that coming. Should have seen that coming. Alright, turn 1, no attacking. Okay, fine. And I guess protection, I'll drop a defender. I'll leave Lodgin in attack mode, pray for the best. That's fine. Wait, what? Oh, that's so lame. Red Archery Girl, or not Red Archery Girl, but... Okay. This feels like a waste using the, you know, Beacon to Darkness on the Toon Mermaid, but here are my justifications for that. I know for a fact he has 2 more copies, one for Relinquish and one for Thousand Eyes Restrict. That's clearly a troll. But the reason why that I killed the Toon Mermaid right then and there, I didn't want to risk losing 1,000 life points or so with Trap Master, but also the whole, you know, yeah. Okay, so instead of it being a trap card, he just reset the Swords of Revealing Light effect. God, I hate that. Alright, fine, fine. I don't know, it might be a miracle if I win this, but... Oh? Ooh, okay. I have a good holding advantage right now with La Jin. 2 defenders, so yeah, I saw that coming. I set a liability insurance plan for that. I did. Okay. Fortunately, that's not it. Okay. So, Fiend's Hands. Not really my playstyle, but hey, alright. But, so, now there's one more relinquished. Oh, that... Seriously, did he just win because of that? Yeah, he did. Okay. Yeah, I was lying. Well, we got kind of close, but see, like, why do they let the villains cheat? Well, I mean, and see right there, that's the same program that's been around since the beginning of the game. And like that's like a secret difficulty of Dark Duel stories, you know? You can't have multiple copies of Swords, Change of Heart, Dark Hole, but like all the ancient Egyptian duelists they do. And like all their monsters are like 1800 attack or some combination variety of such. So there you go on that. But yeah, this wasn't really planned. Um, I'm kind of sort of gonna be taking a break from like recordings, and in a couple of weeks I'm gonna try out a new project for my channel, but I'm having trouble with my video editor. Uh, and I thought I was gonna meet some friends tonight to talk about that too, like Jack Raz and GameQuest, just to see about trying to find me a new video editor so that way I could, but sadly no. Which is why I don't actually know. I'm gonna look at my YouTube channel real quick because, but excuse me. Um, yeah, come on. Might need to get a new mouse. I think I accidentally dropped my mouse too many times to the point like the the flicker's kind of legally broken. But yeah, ever since no, that's not it. Ow. Fuck. Wow, that felt weird. Yeah, episode 9, part 7, that dropped. I dropped that one 2 days ago. Episode 9, part 8, I dropped it. It says yesterday, yeah. And then I do have. Yeah. I do also have. Uh, Come on, computer, loading. So I do have some content scheduled for the coming week. Of course, yeah. So yeah, I have a video planned and scheduled for Monday and then for next Friday, but unfortunately, again, come on, click, clicker. Why is it not closing? Um, yeah, this mouse needs like I need to replace this. It's a wireless and I've dropped it a couple of times and I think the sensor whatever of the yeah, I think the mouse clicker is just damaged a little around the edges. So when you try to click it, it doesn't really register properly. But yeah. So I have like 2 more videos scheduled for release next Monday and next week Friday. But after that, I think I'm gonna take a just a quick reprieve from releasing anything recordings at all until I can hopefully find a new solution with my video editor. But I'm not really planning on doing any releases, maybe potentially till the 30th of June or like the 1st of July. I'll still be doing live streams periodically, like traditionally Saturday nights when I would do my live streams, but I did a live stream last night because I thought I was going to meet up with my friends tonight, which unfortunately is not happening. I found that out at the last minute. And then I did, research, on not that one. Dark Duel stories. So, well, I thought it'd be cool to do a spontaneous live stream real quick about the 2 games. And then, of course, I added the extra, like, 10, 15 minutes to the live stream just to try and take a shot at Pegasus. And, yeah, it is so cringy and annoying. I even tried playing around a little bit with the American Dark Duel stories. But, yeah. I'm also gonna start doing a new content experiment. So I'm gonna try that. Like, oh, I mean, prior to this live stream, it's Saturday night, June 14th. So if I don't try the project and release that Wednesday, I'll try it and release it this next Friday. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, I just gotta finalize before I do the big release. But again, I'm not really planning anything with Yu-Gi-Oh! Monster Capsules for at least 2 weeks. So the end of June maybe. And yeah, I really need to like invest into some new curtains just so that light glare doesn't cause such a shadow or whatever for my bedroom for my webcam. But I am Rexmon of Rexmon Productions. If to anyone who ever watches these streams, I cannot thank you enough for watching it. I love you guys. And yeah, stay tuned for more live streams, some more entertainment, and I don't know, maybe just some Q&A random posts on the channel. Drop some comments. Yeah. Thank you again. Bye-bye. Can't see my head. Bye-bye.